We'll be right back after these messages on Soul Beat.
Change the color of your Bravo and lifestyle. We have over 35 colors.
Hi friends, we here at Pill Hill Instant Printing have just celebrated our 5th year in business, and we want to thank you, the Soul Beat viewer, for making it possible.
Soul Beat, ladies and gentlemen, the Coup, the Coup, the Coup, the Coup. Can you dig it?
I call myself a communist. Some people call it socialism. Even some people that call themselves anarchists, really, when they break down what they're talking about a system where there is no ruling class, and where the people control the means of production. And that sounds like communism to me. But whatever people want to call it, I don't care. You can call it doo-doo. It's just, the people need to have power.
Because we've been awaiting anxiously the return of the Coup. We're going to play the video, and then what we're going to do is we're going to open up the phone lines at 261-1919, because I'm sure a lot of people have questions. I talk to people so many people that I know are in this video, and I was talking about the parts that were shot, like the bus, for example. So I'm going to ask you about that. We're also going to open up the phone lines if you have any questions. But right now we're going to kick it. Why don't you guys introduce it on Soul Beat? Dig it.
Yo, check it out. This our new video. Dig it.
It's going to take the whole working class to make a revolution. I think what's happened since the 60s, though, is that anytime somebody from the Midwest or a small town has had progressive ideas, they decide to move to where a lot more people have ideas such as them. So a lot of people will move to the Bay Area or New York or maybe Chicago or something like that. What you'll end up having is, a whole bunch of revolutionaries crowding themselves into the cities or into these area pockets where they think people are progressive, and you have everybody else laying out in the cold. Because of that, then you got areas where every time somebody has a progressive idea, either they shut up because people are around them, or they move away. And then you end up having areas where there are where there are a bunch of progressive people who don't have roots in that area, who just moved there just to organize, and they don't know people from high school, they don't know the different ways things are going, and they're in the cities, and they're not even organizing on the outskirts of the suburbs, and they want to move to where it's like more glamorous to organize. And so what is more glamorous than to organize in what's the most oppressed and exploited section of the working class in the United States, which would be organizing in the black neighborhood. I believe that everyone has artistic sensibilities. Everyone should be able to create. We're not all given the resources and the practice that we need in order to create. So they put labels on people. But what I try to do in my music is to encourage people to join movements that actually are trying to change things materially, as opposed to just being one of those groups that says, change your insides, and this is, you got to change the way you're thinking. Really, it is a material struggle, not anti-materialistic, quote unquote. It's not about pride. It's not about only self-love or whatever. It's about people gaining control, people gaining democratic control over the profits they create, which means that the struggle is material, that we are fighting for more pay. We're fighting so that people can earn more. We're fighting so that people have better housing. Those things are material things. It's about getting paid. So people will quote people from the Panthers and talk about and speak out against everybody who's rapping about selling dope or making money or this and that. And in reality, they're rapping about what a lot of rappers that consider themselves political should be rapping about. They're just giving their own views on how to get there. What I try to get is my views on how to get there, how to get paid. I got to a certain point where I had some of the stuff done and some stuff not done, and I took it to my father and I just begged him to loan me some money. Well, he didn't loan me any money. He invested, and we started.
Did you care when you were writing?
Real Sex, take 2. At that time, it was me, E-Rock, and our DJ, DJ O, or disc jockey O Uma. The Bay Area had a lot of hip-hop shows, and it was a different scene then. It was a motto, I know, around people that I knew, that they didn't listen to that they listened to rap music, not underground hip-hop, but, you know, gangster shit. The radio fooled people into, you know, listening to them as their main source of new music. And it got to the point where you had to be on the radio to sell a lot of records. The other side to the reason why the crowd changed is that the promoters changed up what they were doing. They saw that a lot of shows were getting shut down by the police even before they happened, whether there was violence at them or not. And that if you passed out flyers in the black community, the police were going to come and tell you you got to shut it down, and promoters would lose money. The other thing they did, many cities, Oakland included, but many cities around the country put out ordinances against hip hop music. The ordinance here was that you had to have one off-duty police officer for security, one off-duty police officer per 50 people at an event for security, if you were going to do hip-hop. So what that meant is an off-duty police officer then, is probably more now, costs $50 an hour for a promoter to use for security. And if you have 200 people, you have to have what, 4 off-duty police officers at $50 an hour. What's that? Let me do the math. That's $200 an hour. So a promoter is not going to make money. There's a whole section of the city in Oakland and in different places that doesn't even that has an act that they love that doesn't even know it's there. But what I was going to say is that the buying audience for hip hop, since we got in it, has always been like 70% of the buying audience is white, and that's just, you know, that's the population, you know, that's based on what the population in the United States is anyway. I mean, it's not those same figures, but it's gonna be like that. But the difference was that back when promoters were actually promoting to the black community to come to the shows, white kids wouldn't come. White kids would, either their parents would tell them you can't go to that part of town, or you know, or they would be scared of what would have happened to them. If you saw white kids at hip hop concerts back in the day, probably most of their friends were black. So what they started doing was passing out flyers only in the white neighborhoods. So the police, and there goes one of them right there. They started passing out flyers only like in Berkeley, Concord, Walnut Creek, different things like that, or, you know, or just in areas where it was mainly white. And so all of a sudden you'd see crowds of white kids like lining up outside a venue, and you drive by and be like, what's that? What's going on in there? Veterans Hall, Scottish Rite, different high schools around Oakland. We'd be over in San Francisco near Hunters Point at this place on 3rd Street. I don't even remember what that place was. What's now Storyville, which it was called something else back then. We go to any place, and every place there was some kind of talent shows, recreation centers, churches. Our crowd specifically went from a 95% black crowd to a 99% white crowd. My new rule now is when I want a Coke, I drink some water first. Who the hell is the Coup? I hope they're tight because I'm tired of seeing their poster around. We were selling out the trunk. We were selling at other people's shows on the street and put it on consignment in the stores.
I got my boys the Coup in the motherfucker. Old school. From the old school, the house. We used to work at Underpaid Slaves together, you know. Same shifting since UPS. You know what I'm saying? We used to work out on the ramp and shit, right? Yeah. And this motherfucker, and him right here, he said, this mother cucker, that ain't no cuss word, I can go. This mother cucker right here said he was gonna make it, and then the mother cucker over there, Spice One, he said he was gonna make it, right? Yeah. E-Rock said he
And don't forget, mention Soul Beat and get a free pager chain with every pager purchase.
Soul Beat, you're talking to the Coup, E-Rock, and Boots. Where is Pam today, the DJ?
We can't get in touch with her. Matter of fact, you know, the number that she was at, Or if somebody know Pam the Funkstress, we couldn't get in touch with her. Tell her to come on down here, you know. Call this pager number.
Okay. We are going to check out the video.
She knows how to get in touch and come down here. We couldn't get in touch with her this morning. So, you know, come through. They all want to see you right here on TV.
Boots saw me at a DMC concert. A DMC conference, excuse me, a world conference that we had at the Dumpy Hotel, and I was DJing for another group, and he had come up to me and said, man, you know, you're dope, how would you like to do some scratches for us on our album? And I was like, oh, okay, you know, and I thought he was just like everyone else, asked me for my number or my information, how can they get hold of me, and they never call. But Boots was the ones that kept calling, you know, so then he was very serious about that, and then I just kind of went to the studio, did some scratches for him on their album, the Kill My Landlord album, and they had a previous DJ before that did some scratches, so I came in after that and put some more scratches down on Kill My Landlord, and then after that he asked me did I want to go promo tour. So it was on from there, you know, and I was like, are you serious? Because I've always wanted to DJ behind a group. But I mean, I listen to all types of music, but I couldn't DJ behind Too Short or someone that's disagreeing women. I mean, as a DJ, I can play it because that's what people want to hear. But as far as me representing myself as a female DJ and talking about, you know, bitches and hoes and all that type of stuff, I couldn't DJ behind that and represent. A real DJ knows how to blend, scratch, and do a little bit of everything. I mean, I've been DJing for a long time. You know, I ain't telling y'all how long I've been DJing. Might show my age, you know. Yep, DJ Apollo cutting it up on the wheels still. Robin's tripping, okay? Robin is really tripping. Okay. So Apollo, why don't you tell us a little about yourself? How long you been DJing? I've been DJing since about 82. Alright. I remember you guys from way back. I was just learning, like in '84, yeah. Yo. 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 I'm just put it like this. When I was DJing, there was Joe Cooley, Rodney O, Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince, you know, DJ Aladdin back in the day. So I grew up on Gang Starr, DJ Premier, all of them guys. So that was who I looked up to. Those were the three tightest DJs to me, besides Scratch from EPMD, you know, the original DJ. So as far as being a real DJ, anybody can DJ, they say, but it takes skills to blend. You know, a DJ could throw a record in, okay, cool. Throw another record in, cool. But it's not really blending. So that's what I have a problem with some of these cats out here that call themselves DJ because they sit home and try to scratch and imitate, you know, different people. And it's like, it's not about that. If you're a DJ, you should be able to take some records and rock any party, any crowd. As far as a DJ of what you can do, if you go into a house party or a party that a club that has house music and you're a house DJ, you should know how to go in there and rip it. At first, it was hard for females to do anything in the rap game, in the DJ field, because there wasn't very many female DJs. Now there's a few out there. Since I've been DJing and traveling all over, I've seen more female DJs out there that I really didn't know. I mean, I knew about Jazzy Joyce and Cuttin' Candy, Coco Chanel from back in the day, you know, and Spinderella, but I've never knew about, you know, there's a lot of other ones that are out there. You know, my girl DJ EQ, I've seen different ones like on Rap City that have done DJing jobs, and Lazy K in New York. I mean, just wherever. I can't name them all.
The bulletproof lyricist, R-Rude Bull.
Ta-da!
And it's not the Coup, for God's sake, it's the Coup. Right? Coup.
Yeah, the Coup.
E-Rock is here.
Yeah.
Boots.
What's up? What's up?
Welcome to Soul. You know, we've been playing the video like crazy.
Yeah, we've been peeping it.
At the time, though, we were on this whole independent kick, like we could make all this money and we could do this and do that. You get people that are stupid going, keep it real, man, don't sign to a major, dude, don't sell out. Shit, I'm not here to try to make new inroads for indie music. I'm here to try to, you know, get a whole bunch of people thinking about overthrowing the system. And I also needed to move out of the house.
You know, you want to meet these guys?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've got an idea right now. I'll just take off the air.
It took a lot of coercion to get the label to do another video, and they wanted to do Name Game because they didn't see Fat Cats and Bigger Fish as a single or a video because it's so long. You really need to listen to the album version to understand what I'm really getting at in the song. We're taking these, the version that you'll see on this DVD has us throwing you know, somebody out a window and throwing the mayor's body in the bay. It was a different time for videos on TV. People had guns, people were killing each other. You could show somebody blowing somebody away. We knew that we always got censored more. We thought we would be cool with BET for some reason. It was a different thing. The Box, they were a little bit more conservative. The thing they said they had a problem with was the scene where we go up into Rockefeller's mansion and take out all his furniture and food and stuff, and later on was shown giving it out on the street. And they even said the statement like it would be different if the guy's mansion that they were going into was black. Fuck it, we just won't get played on the Box. At the time, Prince had a video for When Two Are in Love. It was a black screen with words going across it. How about if we do a video like this with a black screen with the words across it? And they said, what's wrong with this video is the lyrics, not what it's shown on there. And even though nothing's being said explicitly, we think it will cause unrest. We had something called the Mau Mau Rhythm Collective, which was going kind of strong when Kill My Landlord started to come out.
We work around issues like police brutality, you know, and homelessness, welfare cuts, stuff like that, things that really can put food in people's stomach, not just talking slogans and ideas.
Right.
Basically what we try to do is, you know, get with the community. We used to do, you know, hip-hop entertainment shows that we finna start getting that back up together. But, you know, we just basically try to get together with the community so that we all can be on the same page, you know what I'm saying?
I had stopped doing a lot of community organizing because I jumped right into doing this music. I just felt like I was having a midlife crisis right then, like, damn, what have I been wasting my time doing? I'm doing this music and it's supposed to be to help get a revolution started, but I'm working in this system that's not gonna let that music get out anyway. I basically said, fuck it, I'm not doing it anymore. And stopped doing music and started up a group called the Young Comrades with some friends of mine. Through the different campaigns we were doing, I started seeing more of the need of culture in the movement, which I had lost that sense of what my place was as a rapper. The time off and the time actually being involved with people and not being that artist insulated in the music industry, I think helped my writing out a lot, made my art more relevant. We started shooting the Cars and Shoes video, and it was actually kind of like this.
You must be getting me to work late, and you know that slowed down my pay rate down to 0. No alignment make it kinda hard to steer though. You motherfuckers laughing, but it beats the AC Transit blues. Shit, my car is better than my shoes.
I get some amount of encouragement from the fact that, you know, black folks will come up to me all the time and be like, you know, they got the album, you know, but they'll be like, oh, do y'all ever perform? Do you ever do shows? And we do shows all the time. You know, if we're not on BET and we're not on the radio, we're not reaching, you know, all the folks that we used to and that we need to be reaching. And so, you know, that's part of the battle. That's part of the struggle. There are gatekeepers who very much disagree with what I'm saying. There are gatekeepers in the media that very much disagree with what I'm saying, and it's not gonna get that far, but it can get far enough. And, you know, that's what I'm always pushing for. Give me something to rap to. We're about to do this.
Don't forget Dan K.
Faster or slow?
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Check this out. Let me do it like this. So how many days can I stretch this box of grits? Shit never quits. I'm a brother pitching fits or pitching shit. I use my mouth where I lack muscle. Anything to make the rent. Yo, you know the hustle. I know the U.S. economy and I can run it. I'm about to make these $4 in a 400. And I'ma do this thing like a freestyle. Kick on back and relax in the meanwhile. Because the things get to my mind, kick me in the behind, and don't give me no time to rewind. Just like the record, check it in a second. On Billy Jam Soul Beat, do you reckon that we can flow like this? Well, I'm getting kinda boop. I'm not gonna cuss, but I'm just gonna bust on the freestyle, and you see us. Peace. Check it out. See, I got the mic, I'm the EROC. A rapping this freestyle, but we not yet free. But here we go, as I flow on the tempo, I'ma let you know just who I be. Kicking it on soul beat, boots is on my side, my head is to my back. Check it out, my rhymes is coming out wiki whack, but I don't care cause it's coming from the head. See, my name is Eric Davis and my rhymes aren't read from the paper. It's coming through the head like this, like that. See, I carry a little gap for those who come try to mess with me, but it's all good because oppressing me. But check it out, we gon' do this on the flow. Check it out, let's go to a commercial though. Cause see, I'm finished. Check it out, see, I'm finished. Yeah. We out.